Alright guys, we've got some pretty important news regarding ARKNIGHTS ENDFIELD version 1.1. And this one might be a bit of a mixed situation depending on how you look at it, because this is regarding the expected full pull count for the entire 1.1 version update. It has now been calculated. This is going to be based on all the current known rewards, events, and activities coming up with this update, and right now the numbers are looking honestly a bit lower than many players were expecting. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly where all the pull currency is coming from, how much we are expected to get throughout the entire 1.1 update, where to obtain them, and what is the estimated total pull count is going to look like if you complete most of the content available in version 1.1. And of course, before we get into it, if you guys want to stay updated on everything ARKNIGHTS ENDFIELD, including banners, pull calculations, upcoming characters, and future updates, make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss out. I am planning to still make a phase 1 pull count video very soon, but right now the main topic is, unfortunately, the main rewards for the entire 1.1 pull count does seem a bit low, so let's go right into the numbers. First, let's start with the most consistent source of pull currency, which are the daily missions. Right now, we know we can get around 200 pull currency per day, and when we add that up across the entire duration of the patch, it comes to around 7,000 total currency from the dailies alone. Now that is already a good start. Dailies are a great way to obtain pulls frequently. That's already one of the bigger contributions towards the total pull count of version 1.1. Alright, next up, let's talk more about the permanent content that will be included or is already included for 1.1. Here we got the full rewards for the endgame mode in 1.1. This is counting the total rewards for the Umbral Monument Challenge gameplay update, as well as the Monumental Etching Scorch Mark, the limited time challenge event, which will have a new phase. So doing all of these two modes, you can obtain up to 4,800 currency throughout the entire patch. On top of that, we also have new trials. I believe this is counting the character trials, which will give about 200 currency. So one trial for Tong Tong that we can do right now, and then in the second phase, we'll get another trial for Rosie, 100 each. Alright, next up here is the rewards for the Delver of the Cryptic event. Now this is going to be a permanent activity, so you can do this when it drops. I believe it's not in the game yet. I'm gonna check the event calendar after going through this pull count here to go over the exact release dates. I believe this event is set to come out in the second phase, the Delver of the Cryptic event, and the rewards for this is another 1,000 pull currency. Alright, next up we could count the limited time login events, which will give 10 pull tickets in total. However, this is the banner tickets that give 5 pulls per event. So this is the important detail here. These tickets are time limited, meaning they can only be used on the banner active during those phases. They come from 2 login events during the patch, with the 5 tickets in the first phase and another 5 tickets for the current banner in the second phase. And for those who did not notice yet, they did change the format of these real quick. I forgot to mention this in my last video, where the banner tickets are now front loaded. Instead of being spread out over 7 days, you can actually obtain the 5 pulls within the first 3 days. So that was a nice change. We don't have to wait until the 7th day to simply use the tickets. We can all use them within the first few days. Now, there's also another pretty big login event. Well, it's not really a login event, but most of us already completed most of the easy stages. So we basically log in and can claim this 10 pull completely free. And this is a 10 pull that you can use on even the limited banners. Previously, I thought this was for the standard banner for some reason, but this is actually limited ticket pulls. And this is worth around 5,000 pull currency, so we can add that into the pull count. The 2 login events alone definitely will contribute a lot to the pull count. Then we also have some smaller sources like the Operator side quest, which is set to give around 600 currency, and the main story quest. We just got a new main story for 1.1, which adds another 500 pull currency. Weekly missions will also contribute a bit over time because they'll add another 2,500 currency across the full patch. You get about 500 per week, so within 6 weeks we get about 2,500, so not bad as well. And then we also have something called the ISC quota exchange, which will provide 10 additional pull tickets, but once again, these are time limited tickets, meaning they can only be used during the patch and can be saved long term, and that is only granted you have the currency to actually exchange for these tickets. Next, we have the version 1.1 special program rewards, 1000 currency, along with the maintenance compensation, which we got yesterday. It gives around 900 currency once the update goes live, so we got that already. And we also have the event that just came out for the first phase, the Quietly Flows the Spring event, which gives around 1200 pull currency. So we pretty much went over the confirmed sources, but there are also a few for the upcoming events, like the Edge Space Salvage. It's expected to give us around 800 currency. There's a few ways to obtain pulls that we'll be able to get throughout the patch, like the Expiration, which is another 1000, the Cleanse and Rinse event for another 1500, and finally the 4 surveys, which altogether should give us around 1200 pull currency. So when we add everything together that we just went over in this video, the estimated total for version 1.1 currently comes out to around 64 pulls, 65 pulls, plus 20 additional time limited tickets. So 80 pulls, over 80 pulls that you can use on the current banners. I would say that's not too bad. However, it's 64 pulls that you can only save up for future patches. Now that is what it's pretty low. If you want to save for the other banners, then that is pretty low considering we got 2 back-to-back banners and the full pity is 120. This is where the discussion starts, because compared to what many players are hoping for with the brand new update cycle, this total does feel a bit on the lower side, especially if you're planning to pull on multiple characters across the upcoming banners and you don't get lucky on existing banners as well. Now, of course, keep in mind this is still an early calculation, and there are a few important things to keep in mind. First, some of the events rewards listed here are still assumptions, meaning the final number could change slightly once all the events are fully confirmed. And second, developers sometimes add extra rewards, additional events, and surprise compensation during the patch that aren't included, so that is a possibility as well. If we take a look at the event roadmap here, we can see that we got a few events that you start at 1.1, and now for the other events on the way, we got a few on the 29 for the second phase, the Delver of the Cryptic event, the Cleanse and Rinse event. We got the endgame mode that will start on the 26th, so that is not available yet. The endgame rewards will start for the 2 Umbra Monument on the 26th, and then we got a few more events coming out later on, like the Sanity discount and the Survival training. But overall, it's not a crazy amount of stuff, especially for a full 1.1 version update. I want to know what you guys think of this down below. Do you feel like 64 pulls for the entire patch is too low? And does it seem reasonable for an early update cycle? But yeah guys, that will pretty much cover everything we know so far about the version 1.1 pull income. So quite some unfortunate news if this ends up being accurate. However, it's not totally confirmed. I still want to know what you guys think, and that's going to be it for this one. I'll keep you guys updated if any of these numbers do change or if we get additional rewards added to the patch. I'm also going to consider doing a first phase pull count just to see exactly how many rewards we can get before the new 1.1 banner. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to stay updated on everything ARKNIGHTS ENDFIELD. This will conclude everything for today. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.